Shalom. First and foremost, call Loyum Wakabad La Yahweh Bashim, Yahushai Bashim Raruchakwadash. All praise and honor to Yahweh Bashim, Yahushai Bashim Raruchakwadash. Dub unto the elder apostles of the great millstone who taught us this truth. Much love, greetings, and salutations to all the fellow laborers of the hopeful elect tabernacle of David scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Now, what you see, in these last days is, everyone that's siding with Satan, those who they're against righteousness. They're against the Most High. They have the spirit of anti-Messiah. They're choosing to, side with the devil. They're all being made manifest. And the Lord said, they that hate me love death. And with this latest situation, with the Roe versus Wade case, with the SCOTUS that somebody leaked it out, that it may possibly be overturned. And now you got all these Satanists on the left-hand side, these people that, they're into that liberal leftist ideology and mindset. They're having meltdowns, they're throwing tantrums, they foaming at the mouth, they're going crazy. And they're just showing that they're on the side of Satan. Especially a lot of these women. The scriptures tell you about the nature of these women. All right. So, now these people are in uproar over the fact that they can possibly not have the right to murder their unborn seeds, give their child up to Baal or Molech, because that's where it originates from. So, this is all shame, all right, and the whole world is looking right at you. All right, the Lord said that He would basically make you bare and expose you to the world, your shame, your disgrace, and that's what's happening. Let's get Nahum 3 verse 4 real quick, verse 4 and 5. And it says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that sell of nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts, i.e., one of the methods of their witchcraft is through mainstream media. All right, the information that they put out, to manipulate the minds of the people, mind control. All right, they convince the whole nation, or basically the whole world, that the only way to survive this little virus is you gotta allow them to, put some spider sauce into their body. And now they're trying to cover up the fact that, the Pfizer documents then been released showing, all the effects that comes from it, and how also that there's a 12% effective rate. So they definitely have to distract you from this damning information that's been coming out. And there was another video that I did that, I tried to upload it, and they ended up striking it, but they was revealing how they was originally saying that, your only immunity is through the spider sauce, but comes to find out that you'd better off fighting it with your own natural immunity. So, this devil keeps getting found out left and right. So you know what he has to do? He has to keep throwing out distractions, psychological operations, playing with you people's minds, and you people, because you're not bright. A lot of you people are retarded here in Babylon, and you're being trained not to think for yourself. So they get to have a way with your head with every move that they make. So they're selling you through all type of witchcraft. And the scriptures tell us in Ephesians, the sixth chapter, to put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you be able to withstand against the wiles of the devil. And these are all wiles, including this whole situation. All right, this is a whole nother distraction. But as it's written, let's say should get an advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices. We know that there's real things being done behind the scenes. And there's a saying that says, whenever there is a big story in the media, look for the story they are trying to distract you from. All right. So let me continue this, because this is only exposing the disgrace and the shame of the West. So this is what these people are willing to go out there and protest and go wild out for, when you got you got an impending implosion of the global economy, where all your freedom, all your so-called privacy, which really you never had it, because this technology is what takes away your privacy, but everything is getting ready to be taken from you. They're gradually, you know, uh, taken away from your freedoms and centralizing everything so that you will no longer have that. They're getting ready to replace your monetary system with digital currency, CBDCs, and it's going to be programmable and centralized. So they're going to have total control over you people. But this is what your focus is on. This is what you're in uproar for. So you people are embarrassment, and you're a disgrace, man. The whole world is looking at you. Nahum 3 verse 5, it says, behold, I'm against thee, saith the Lord of hosts. And this is prophecy against Nineveh. But this is just in code for modern day Nineveh. That's Babylon. All right. And and it's time for your shame to be exposed. It says, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and will shew the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. All right, disgrace. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. And the vileness is being shown, because this is showing that morality does not live here anymore. These people are in uproar. They're crying about, not basically, they're they're crying for nihilism. That's basically what they're crying for. They're crying out for their own nihilism. You got to have complete demons on you. Now you look up that word nihilism. I saw a image a brother shared. It was a woman, one of the protesters out there, and she had a sign that pretty much said, "I wish my mom aborted me." So these people are they're fucking nuts, man. Especially these liberal democratic people. These people are nuts. They're insane in the brain. But this is what they're crying for. When you look up nihilism, it says the rejection of all religious and moral principles, and the belief that life is meaningless. All right, and that's pretty much what they're crying for, because they want to continue to have the right to destroy life, because that's what this whole thing is about, being so-called pro-choice, which really is anti-life. And we can go into the science of all of it, but I don't even need to do that in this lesson. All right, the Lord gave us the commandment to be fruitful and multiply, but under this under the serpent's wine, all right, his poison, it's the total opposite. And that's why it says in Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter, let me get that. If you side with the devil, then you're gonna be pro-death. Anybody that sides with the devil, you're pro-death. Let's get that. Wisdom of Solomon 2, and I'm going to start at verse 23. It says, "For the Most High created man to be immortal." And I started going back to the garden, all right, when he made Adam, and then he created Eve to be his helpmate. And, he made nations, on that day. He made man and woman, male and female. But the devil, he has the ability to convert the minds of the people away from the natural order. He's saying he's here to tell you there is not male and female. All right. And that's to take you away from the image, the likeness and image of our creator. But we were created to be immortal, especially the sons of the power, the Allah, which, later down the line became the sons of Israel. All right. The Israelites. All right. It says, and made him to be an image of his own eternity. But what happened? Eve, Eve making that deal with the serpent and eating up the tree, and that's what sprung up the corruption within the sons of the power, and we intermingle with these nations, and the Lord basically took away that immortality. The penalty was basically life reduction, or the basically our time spent on the earth, and we had to basically die. It says, nevertheless, through envy of the devil, the serpent, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it. And that's these people. All right, they hold of that side. They're siding with the devil. All right, and this satanic wench right here, she's clearly a representative of the devil. All right. So anyway, let's play this video so you can see the vileness. All right, the straight perversion. All right, you're gonna see. I mean, what you're gonna see is just a total embarrassment. All right, these people they're totally insane. So let's play this clip real quick. And this is uploaded from the brother Lively Locksmith. And this is I guess his second page. And go ahead and subscribe if you're not subscribed to it. So let's play it real quick.
Women would lose access to abortion immediately and outright. Those Republican leaders who are trying to weaponize the use of the law against women, well, we say, how dare they? How dare they tell a woman what she can do and cannot do with her own body?
First of all, you didn't make your own body. You didn't make your own body. Who made you in your mother's womb? Matter of fact, and that makes me think about a scripture. I believe it's in the Maccabees. And this was an actual woman speaking, by the way. All right, a righteous woman. It was Second Maccabees 7. Second Maccabees 7, and I'm gonna start at verse 21. All right, and this is definitely historical, where you had a courageous family of Israelites, that they went out honorably and were tortured, all right, to standing upon righteousness, which some brothers are gonna have to do that even on this side. Because the scripture talk about how we're gonna go through temptation. Some of us are gonna be tried 10 days, and we're gonna have to be faithful unto death. It talks about the men that's gonna be beheaded for the witness of Yahushai. All right. Because hey, we're gonna stand firm. We're gonna stand bold for righteousness, man. And we already know that they're gonna make it uh, illegal at some point to quote from anything out of the Bible. They're trying to get the Bible banned, in some capacity. And what they say that we teach is extreme. So they're gonna demonize what we teach. So we're gonna have to stand up, all right, for our Lord. So it's Second Maccabees 7:21. It says, I'll start at 20. It says, but the mother was marvelous above all and worthy of honorable memory. But when she saw her seven sons slain within the space of one day, she bare it with a good courage, because of the hope that she had in the Lord. Yes, she exhorted every one of them in her own language, filled with courageous spirits, and stirred up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach. She said unto them, I cannot tell how you came into my womb. Right? I can't even tell how you came into my womb. For I neither gave you breath nor life. This is a woman speaking here. I didn't give you your breath, neither did I give you life. You got a lot of women that believe that they made their own children. You always often hear an end up tell to our child, "I made you. You wouldn't be here if I didn't make you. I carried you 9 months in my stomach." You know, and it's out of total ignorance. You don't know how that child came into your belly. You can't even describe the process. It says, "Neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you." Right. So guess what? The Lord is who ultimately formed you. He made your body. He formed the members of you. So really, your body belongs to Him. All right. Everything created on the earth is of the Lord's. But we live in an atheist, satanic world. Everything is about self. The scriptures say in the last times, in the last days shall perilous times come. They'll say you will have people that's going to be lovers of their own selves, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High, and that's these women. And really, whoever, because you got, men, who really are not men. They're just males with testosterone. They're, very, they have a feminine hard drive. But, you got the men that side with this. They co-sign this movement. You see, all these people, man, they're against the Most High because you're against His ways. And guess what? It says in Proverbs, he that sinneth wrongeth his own soul, and he that hateth me loves death. So you hate the ways of the Most High, then guess what? You love death. And hey, is ironically, you are for death because you're crying for your own nihilism. And that goes back to the spirit of the Lord that the Lord got amongst you. It says that in Isaiah 19 that He will mingle a perverse spirit in the midst of Egypt. So you people are freaking nuts, man. But going back to what this honorable woman said, she's basically giving all the credit to the Most High. She ain't crediting herself for the life that was formed in her belly. She said, neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you, but doubtless the creator of the world, who formed the generation of man and found out the beginnings of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again. And she believed in the resurrection. That's why she's saying that. As you now regard not your own selves for His law's sake, and they was willing to die upon those moral principles of the laws of the Heavenly Father. But this is a depraved society. They hate the laws of the Most High. So this is a satanic world, man. The man, hey, but this is under the control and rule of the lawless man, the man of sin. So this is the reason why the wicked walk on every side. So let's listen to this wench demon here, say what she gonna say, and then you're just gonna hear all these stupid ass outbursts from these nutcases. All right, these people need to be in a damn award, man.
How dare they? How dare they try to stop her from determining her own future? How dare they try to deny women their rights and their freedoms?
How are you feeling? I am angry. Angry and upset? Angry and upset and determined. Angling for decades now, and we are going to fight back.
And who do you mainly see? Who do you mainly see? These old ugly ass demonic Edomite women, and of course you're gonna have some Eve right alongside with them. All right, you're gonna always see Eve siding with him because she's been siding with the serpent. Meanwhile, for many years, you've led the list of the nationality of women in abortions. Millions upon millions of Jake babies slain because you want to be a whore without responsibility. And that's what this uproar is all about. That if this is law, you got to be held accountable for your whoredom. And you don't really want that. So instead, to continue to have that freedom to be a whore, you'll also be allowed to dispose of your responsibility by committing murder, infanticide. But let's continue. Look at this. This shit is silly, man.
In cities across the United States, thousands took to the streets on Tuesday to demand abortion rights, a day after the leak of a draft Supreme Court opinion that would overturn Roe v. Wade. Some campaigners carried coat hangers, a grim reference to the back alley abortions that experts say could become common again. Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren appeared to tell the crowd that she would fight back.
This abortion law goes beyond a woman's issue, and it goes beyond anything you can ever imagine. The societal implications of this are going to be insane. The amount of just pain and damage this is going to cause, and the full ability to tell a woman what she can and can't do with her body. And we're going back into a Handmaid's Tale society.
These people are fucking insane. So her lack of a right to give her child over to Molech or Baal is a Handmaid's Tale type of scenario. So you're being oppressed for not being allowed to sacrifice your own child in a a ritual. Unbelievable, man. But like I said, this is only displaying the vileness, and it's showing the shame of this place to the rest of the world. This is what these Babylonians are on. Folly is set in great dignity for sure.
This is what the Republicans have been working toward this day for decades. They have been out there plotting, carefully cultivating these Supreme Court justices so they could have a majority on the bench. 69% of people across this country, red states and blue states, old people and young people, want Roe versus Wade to maintain as the law of the land. Maintain as the law of the land. We need to do that. And we have a right. Extremists, we've heard enough from the extremists.
Hillary Clinton not only supports expanded access to abortion, she's also made clear she believes personal convictions of average Americans shouldn't stand in her way.
Laws have to be backed up with
the queen of abortion,
political will, and deep-seated cultural codes, religious beliefs, and structural biases have to be changed.
So yeah, and this is what the New World Order is all about, man. All right, basically getting rid of all morals and principles. All right, this is going to be a rule under the spiritual demon Satan. All right, for people to live lawlessness, live in complete lawlessness, but under their control. All right, under their power. So pretty soon they're going to be coming. They're going to target this truth. They're going to come against the ministry. We already know that. And we've been anticipating, all right, because right now the devil, which really is the Most High that's doing it through the devil, but a line is being drawn in the sand. All right, who's going to side with the devil? Who's going to side with the Most High? We know the scriptures say in Psalms 94, who will stand up for me against the evildoers, or who will rise up for me against the workers of iniquity? All right. Now, if you're on the side of the devil, you're gonna find death. Because let me get this real quick. Let's go to Sirach 15. In verse 17. And it says, before man is life and death, and whether him liketh shall be given him. So before you is life and death. So if you side with Satan and you love the pleasures of this world, you're going to side with death. You choose death. You want to live like a complete whore without accountability and responsibility? Well, you're choosing death. And she that liveth from pleasure is dead while she lives. All right? And then you cutting off your own next generation. You're supporting self ethnic cleansing. And you would think that would be the last thing that the Edomite woman would be rooting for, seeing as she's one of the most infertile populations in the country. All right, they're very infertile, and their numbers being reduced for the last 20-30 years. And Jake is becoming the majority, even though they still call us the minority. So these people are absolutely insane. All right. But let's go back, because what this is showing you, that wickedness is increasing like the prophecy said it would. All right, iniquity will abound. All right, to a certain level that has never been.
These CEOs who have been doing well in the Trump economy
Have to be changed. Structural biases have to be changed.
all of you.
Yeah, and that's that dragon. All right, that's Shalakia. That's that beast with the two horns like a lamb, but it's speaking as a dragon. That's basically what you're hearing. That we got to change some stuff. We gotta enforce certain laws. Yeah, like real strict laws, harsh laws, laws that'll actually condemn free speech. That's why we got to set up a disinformation governance board to control all information, to control the narrative. And these people were in uproar because it's funny. Right before this happened, you had Elon Musk. He purchased Twitter, and there was an uproar about that. Oh, so now the conservatives and the conspiracy theorists and the extremists are going to be able to get on the platforms and spread misinformation. You know, free speech. Obama said free speech kills. It kills people. That's what he said. So this devil, Satan is on the ropes, man, because so much been coming out. He's been constantly exposed. So here we go with another another trick, another psyop, another distraction. All right. But we see what you devils are up to, man. You want to control the narrative, the platform. You want to control the information. This is an information war, and it's a psychological war, and it's a spiritual war. Ephesians 6 and was it 12? You know, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, all right, against powers, you know, which are basically the authorities of this world, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And that's the 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 battle between the two dynamics. Good is set against evil. All right. So we already know what's getting ready to happen, man.
Woman who sat home, all you young girls, adults over 18 years old who did not go out and vote, who did not think that you need to protect your womb, we're now back in the dark ages.
Brace yourselves, ladies. I'm with you. My heart is just broken. I don't understand why this country hates women so much. I just don't understand it.
Wow. So the moment you don't get your way, then all of a sudden this nation hates women. Never mind all these other laws that the society upholds that actually have the woman in favor. You got you women running around talking about who run the world, girls. Seriously? Unbelievable, man. And you're not even in a third world country. This is Babylon we're talking about, where you get to live a luxurious life. You women get to have options. You get to commit adultery without consequence. This is insanity, man. And hey, to our women, y'all already know what time it is. All right, the prophecy say, rise up, you women that are at ease, man. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. Many days and years you will be troubled. Trouble is coming. These women think they got it bad because and they want to throw a childish temper tantrum because they're losing a right. That shouldn't even be a right. Why would you want to destroy off your own offspring, the offspring that's planted in you? Why wouldn't you want to bring forth life? Because you want to be you want to be you know what you want to do, and you want to do it without accountability and responsibility. You just want to live a long life, play the field, follow a career path, not be a wife or a mother. But this is supposed to be progressive. And this place ain't got a lot of time left, man. This is Babylon the Great for you, man. This is straight Babylon. Total confusion. And this is nothing but just emotions coming out of these women. None of them are making any sense. All right, this is just them, speaking out of their emotions.
We'll get through this. We'll figure out a way. No more joking about it being a Handmaid's Tale. It will be.
aborted babies being burned and then used for electricity?
I hope they are.
Jesus, I am so fucking tired of seeing this. You know what? I fucking hope so. I hope so.
I sure hope so. I don't know. I hope so.
Oh God.
You see the demons are just oozing. These are your everyday people that you see passing by every day, right here in Babylon, right here in your country. You pass by these kind of people all the time. All right, so hey, we're blessed to be separated from this world, man. Because look how mad this world is.
I just eat
man.
mine straight from the can.
These people are nuts. Let me pause it. I think I'm gonna stop it. I don't think I want to see any more, man. But this is what you expect from, the devil's children, man. Because a lot of these are straight she devils, and they're doing what they're supposed to do. But every time they have an outcry or an uproar, guess who they tag along with them? Eve. You better separate from this devil, man. They're who got us in this mess in the first place. Are they the ones that cried out with the whole women's liberation feminist movement, and it was a ploy to get their men to treat them with equal power, which the Edomite woman, she always had a one up due to who she was. As long as her male counterpart had power, she has the power. And she's always been over you so-called black women. But because, she was envious of her husband's position, she went out there and made a big cry and then convinced you so-called black women that you're oppressed too. And that you need to rise up and tag along with us and get your freedom. And now look, you have no house, you have no family structure, broken homes, single parent homes, dysfunctionality, all following after the damn serpent. And that's what you get. That's why it says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And you got bit, man. All right, we never supposed to integrate with these people, man. We supposed to remain separate, and that's what it means to be holy. But like it says in Proverbs 12, let me get that. And this would happen. Proverbs 12 and 26. And it says, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. All right, and the serpent, he's good at charming people. He's very subtle, so he can easily seduce you. He got you to denounce the men of your nation. So, hey, take heed, man. So, I'm gonna get a couple more scriptures, because another thing that you see happening, and this is why we know that Babylon is on its way out, is this place is divided. It's totally divided, man. That whole out left versus outright, liberal versus conservative, Democrat versus Republican. That's just the division. Let's go to Matthew 12 and verse 25. And it says, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? All right. And this is an issue that they're divided on. And these liberals, they're complete narcissists, but their ideology is complete nihilism. All right. So the conservatives, they like, no, we're pro life. Now we don't side with them on the political tip. We don't believe in this system, but our views are conservative and it's based on the Bible, the scriptures. So this is Mark 3 and 24 and 25. It says, if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. And it's time he's on his way out, man, because we getting ready to get the victory. Now let's look up that word divided real fast. And the word is merizo. Yeah, merizo. And it says to divide, to separate into parts, cut into pieces, to divide into parties, i.e. be split into factions. And that's what, you know, that's what it boils down to politically here in this country. You divide it up into parties and you have a big quarrel amongst each other. So now you got these crazy ass libtards, they out there going wild. So it's all type of protests. All right. Basically you know, uproars. And this place is yo, like this is what you're an uproar about. Not you're not an uproar because your food supply is actually being attacked deliberately right in front of your face. All right, that they're purposely inflating your economy so that they can actually implode your economy. You're not an uproar about that. You're an uproar because they leaked out the SCOTUS leaked out that that particular case, Roe versus Wade, is being overturned. Which was a case, by the way, not an actual law, a case, and you wilding the hell out. Yeah, man. The Lord is about ready to put in that sickle, man, and I'm ready for it. All right, just so all this can be dissolved. This is a complete insanity. This is an insane world. The sooner the Lord comes back and do away with this world, the sooner righteousness can finally reign. A new heaven and a new earth wherein dwell righteousness. Let me get Joel 3. Joel 3 verse 13, it says, put you in a sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. And it is man, wickedness is at an all-time high, and it's only going to continue. That's why the Lord is going to continue to increase the plagues on this place too. All right. Them tornadoes recently just ripped all through the Midwest and all through Texas. And that was right after we had that black moon, which was actually it fell upon the new moon. So we know the Lord is showing signs that he's getting ready to destroy this place and come back and deliver his the elect of his people. So the harvest is definitely becoming ripe and it is nigh, man. All right. And don't be distracted. This is all one big distraction for what the left hand is trying to do. We know the scriptures say the devil coming down with great wrath because he knoweth that he had but a short time. So this is what he has to do. This is what he has to resort to. All right. You're gonna try to, Bill Gates in the cut talking about, now is the time to prepare for the next pandemic. So they're gonna come even harder the next time. So we gotta, be spiritually be prepared for it all as well. And the scriptures say, knowledge and wisdom shall be your stability. So I'm gonna cut it right there. I just I really didn't have a set topic. I just came across this video, and I'm just responding to all this, all the hoop and holler about this whole situation. And this title is a on point title, because that's basically what they're crying out for. They're losing their right to give up their own children to the house of Baal. All right, because that's going back to the ancient Canaanites. They were their custom was to sacrifice their own babies. All right, and that's why the Lord gave us the command to go ahead and take them out of that land, because that was the land that it was already preordained for the sons of God to dwell in. Wisdom of Solomon 12. I said I was going to end it, but let me get this since it came to mind. And this is what the Canaanites were actually doing. All right, and giving your child to Planned Parenthood. It's just a different way of doing it now. You're not actually burning them, putting them in actual fire, but you're giving these devils the procedure to take away that life and to do who knows what with its fetus. A lot of it is left hand, man. These people are out for blood, or should I say baby blood. Wisdom of Solomon 12 and verse I'll start at verse 3. It says, "For it was thy will to destroy by the hand of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land, the Canaanites, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcrafts and wicked sacrifices." And we know, like the scriptures say, the Gentiles, they sacrifice to the devil and not to the Most High. So if you're an Israelite and you believe in this procedure, you believe in pro-choice and all that, then you believe in wicked sacrifices, and you've been partaking in it. It says, "And also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of men's flesh, cannibalism, and a feast of blood." And that's what they was all involved with. All right. And when you give your child over to Planned Parenthood, you're doing the same thing. And also you're helping the devil, the enemy, with their method of what? Depopulation, eugenics. So, and this always been, a plot from Satan to get rid of you, especially you tribes, because this devil, ever since his birthright been taken from him, he's been determined to cut you off from that birthright by eliminating you. But we see this devil. So anyway, like I said, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna read anymore. But I had to get that out. But that's what these people are supporting. But like I said, this is a distraction as well. All right, and understand that this devil, he's getting ready to bring it in. So hey, be sober and be vigilant. Keep your head on a swivel. Continue to watch. Continue to pray, and hope for the Lord's mercy. So with that, I'm gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shai. Until the next lesson, Shalom.